Open a map of global drug policies, and you'll see something deeply confusing. At a time when cannabis legalization is sweeping across much of the world, when some countries have even begun opening safe injection sites, there remains one vast region in the East that stands firm, almost like a red stone that refuses to move. People often ask the same questions. Why can't we be as tolerant as they are? Why do celebrities involved with drugs never get a second chance? Why is the definition of drugs here so uncompromising? Is it simply because drugs are harmful to health? After all, cigarettes are harmful. Alcohol is harmful. Sugar has arguably killed even more people. Yet we do not treat them the same way. The truth is, drugs have never been merely a medical issue. They are a philosophical issue, a historical issue, and more than anything, an issue of social contract. Drugs represent a biochemical hijacking of human free will. They are a direct assault on the reward mechanisms that make effort meaningful. And for this civilization, they are a fear carved deep into collective memory. Today, we're going to strip away moral preaching and look beneath the surface, through neuroscience and the underlying logic of civilizational evolution, to answer one core question. Why are drugs something that cannot be tolerated? History is often filled with dark irony. If you traveled back just over a century, you would discover that drugs once arrived in the world wearing the face of angels. In 1898, the German pharmaceutical company Bayer proudly introduced a revolutionary cough medicine. They gave it a powerful name: heroin. It was marketed as non-addictive, even promoted as a miracle cure that could calm crying infants. In pharmacies of that era, heroin sat openly beside candy. At the same time, Sigmund Freud was enthusiastically recommending cocaine, believing it could eliminate depression and elevate human potential. Humanity naively believed it had found the key to happiness. We thought we were using chemistry, without realizing we had welcomed a deadly Trojan horse. Once Pandora's box was opened, the angel's mask fell away, revealing the demon underneath. So why do we say drugs are unforgivable? Because at a physical level, they destroy the very foundation of what makes a person human: free will. Under normal conditions, dopamine guides survival. But drugs act as supernormal stimuli, flooding the brain with overwhelming signals. This is not pleasure, this is a tsunami, a chemical flood that overwhelms the brain's reward circuits. To protect itself, the brain shuts down dopamine receptors. From that moment on, real life loses its appeal. Family, dignity, and dreams become meaningless. You are no longer truly you. This stripping away of agency is a kind of death more terrifying than physical death, the death of the self. China's fear of drugs is rooted in a unique historical trauma. In 1840, a civilization collapsed not by armies, but by a plant. This trauma became encoded into cultural memory. Drug use is not seen as freedom, but as the return of historical catastrophe. Anti-drug policy is not merely a legal boundary. It is a civilizational navigation line. Addiction drains families, fuels crime, and turns desperation into a social burden paid by everyone. In this era of peace, the war on drugs is still bleeding every day. Every dose has a cost far beyond the individual. This is not about lacking compassion. It is about defending human dignity and honoring those who paid the price. Some mistakes can be corrected, but some paths, once taken, come with no return ticket.